Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. So this episode is dedicated to that coach who is constantly feeling like they're missing something. And what I mean by this is you might feel like you're missing a big piece of this business puzzle. Like, why aren't you making more money or having consistent clients yet? And you also might have thoughts like, well, she has over 1,000 followers. Like, how did she do that? Why isn't my follower count growing? Or she has 5 new clients this week or this month. What is she doing differently than what I'm doing? Or she's making more money. Like, I must be missing something. And I know you probably compare your business to a lot of others. And I really need you to stop doing that. Please don't compare your lack of results to someone's great month. This will trigger low confidence and just make you feel like you need to be doing more or that you're just really not doing enough. But I also need you to really understand that I know exactly how you feel. I used to do the same exact thing. Whenever I used to feel down or just start to feel down on myself, I'd be like, well, I must be missing something. And then I would just go and be like, oh, well, I must hire a coach to help change this for me or fix me. People tend to also join like low ticket group programs during this time, and it will help a little bit with strategy, but completely disregards the mindset component of entrepreneurship. And so after the group program, you tend to just go back into this downward spiral. And some other common things that I see, and trust me, I used to do this myself too, okay, no judgment here, is downloading like more free guides or free webinars to just like, well, hope that there's answers in there, right? That there's the secrets to success. And we also get stuck in the scroll, right? Like, oh, if I just keep scrolling social media, like the answer to become more successful must be here somewhere. All right. And this is the thing. Don't beat yourself up. We all have done this in the past at some point. Okay. And I'm not saying this to upset you, really. I hope that you're not feeling like triggered right now, but I'm saying them because these are so common and likely nothing is really wrong. Okay. You personally don't need to be fixed. You might just have some mindset, like some thoughts that need to be cleaned up. Okay. Maybe some of these actually had some solutions for you, but you might not have been ready to hear them yet. Or sometimes one thing someone says just makes something click for you energetically, and you do start to feel better. It boosts your confidence, and it just really makes you believe in yourself and that you really are on the right path. Okay. So I'm not disregarding the free webinars or, the low ticket group programs or anything like that. But sometimes it's a bigger problem, or like I said, it's just not necessarily a problem at all. And we're making it to be a bigger problem than it actually is. And trust me, I used a downward spiral really fast. And this served no one. And it was completely unnecessary looking back on it. And if I could really pinpoint it for myself, it came down to just having low self-confidence. That might not be the same for you. And I will explain this in more detail. But when I started to downward spiral, yes, honestly, it still happens. I know how to coach myself out of it. It took me a lot longer than I'd like to admit to get to that point, but it's true. And it happens to every coach. Building self-confidence takes time. So when I downward spiral, I had always said, there must be something missing. Why aren't I as successful as her? I'd compare myself a lot. And the real thing that might be missing is just you being yourself, you being your truest, most authentic self in your business. It's time to really stop doing what everybody else is doing and really build a business that you want to build based off of your life and your lifestyle. And I'm all about looking inward, looking at yourself. So when I say things like, I must be missing something, you might have some more underlying thoughts. So for me, remember, it was about low self-confidence. But for you, it just might mean like, I must not be doing the right things. I'm not doing enough. My strategy isn't working. I don't have the right strategy. No one wants to work with me. That's definitely a common one. Or I'm just not good enough yet. I don't know enough yet. I might need to get another certification. Maybe I'm just not magnetic or compelling enough. And when you're not making money, you are really, really quick to judge yourself. Okay. And this can trigger that downward spiral. And when that happens, we have this massive ripple effect. You don't sell, you don't show up, your content really isn't flowing, and you think just something is wrong with your offer and you change it a million times. Or like, this is when you change your Instagram bio like a million times. And your mindset really does suffer. And that does affect your business a big time. And this could cause a really long, over the top lull in your business. And it just doesn't have to be this way. So how do you know if you really truly are missing like a big piece of the puzzle? All right. So I tell all my clients this. You really need to ask, is anything really wrong in your business? Is your business actually failing? And if the answer is no, great, awesome. Okay. Then likely you just need some energy and mindset shifts. Okay. But if the answer is yes, the answer is still probably no. But even if you have no clients right now, you are not failing. You are, well, definitely you're not going to quit. Okay. You're not giving up. You may just need some shifts in your strategy and your mindset. Okay. And I'll repeat, there's nothing wrong with you or your business. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay. So another important question I want you to ask yourself. I'm all about asking questions today. Okay. So you might need to write some of these down. What doesn't feel right in your business right now? What in your business still hasn't fully clicked for you? Like what isn't clear? And if you have a strategy and you aren't implementing it, I want you to ask yourself why. Why are you avoiding it? What tasks are you avoiding? And are you avoiding those tasks because maybe they don't feel good? And trust me, we're all guilty of this, okay? But how can you make those uncomfortable things like more fun? Or are they uncomfortable because you haven't fully decided to get good at it yet? We naturally don't like things we aren't good at. You've heard me say this before, okay? And it could be fun if you actually just decided to learn how to do it. And I do say this a lot, and I'll say it again. The magic you are seeking is in the work you're avoiding. And I'll repeat this again. The magic you are seeking is in the work you're avoiding. I recently skimmed in an old notebook and it said, do things others aren't willing to do. And I know my most successful clients really do have the I'll do whatever it takes attitude. Okay. And I feel like I need to address this. Like, have you actually considered that maybe you're doing too much, right? You might consider simplifying. All right. So have you considered you might be doing too much? So how about just sticking to one platform, only posting like 4 or 5 times a week instead of like maybe every day or multiple times a day? And if you don't like writing, ditch the blog. If you don't want to have a Facebook group, then like ditch the Facebook group. Okay. What are the tasks you really don't need to be doing anymore so you can clear up some time and space for those real money-making tasks, the money-making activities, but also like to have more fun, okay? And if you do feel like maybe your business is messy, then organize your business. You might be unconsciously repelling clients because you're too tired and too overwhelmed to take on more clients. People are attracted to good energy. People buy good energy. All right. How can we clean that up a bit? Starting a business is really not for everyone. And you know this, okay? You were called on this path because you're meant to do this. So content and showing your face on social media, like let's be real, that takes flippin' guts and a level of confidence most people do not have and will never have, if we're being honest with ourselves, right? Be proud of yourself for getting here and getting this far. That is honestly something you really need to be proud of yourself for. You really are doing much better than you think you are, and you're much closer than you think to the success that you desire. I really want you letting go of this timeline. Like stop giving yourself deadlines or, I should be successful now. I've been doing this for XYZ months or years. I want you just really letting go of how you thought it was supposed to look and feel. It's not going to be the same for everyone. You could literally take someone's step-by-step strategy and love it or despise it. You can take pieces of it and just really make it your own and be wildly successful. Some people might take it and do nothing with it because they found a different way that worked for them. Or all of it just seems hard, overwhelming, and scary, and they don't move forward at all, ever. Some people really force their way into making money and get into extreme burnout and just stop altogether. And I never want you getting to that point. I don't want you forcing your business. I want it to happen because every day you intentionally decide to share what you're passionate about and how you can help somebody. And another important question, are you actually clear on a strategy for yourself? What are you doing to get leads and clients? If the answer is, I don't really know, or I'm just not sure, the right strategy with the right mindset is what makes you feel like you aren't missing pieces of the puzzle. For me, I had to decide, this is my strategy. I'm sticking to this. And while I'm working on my strategy, I'll also make sure every day I do my best to feel good mentally and physically. I really embody the coach that I want to be. It wasn't something that happened overnight. I'm still an evolving person, obviously. We will all continue to grow and change as we learn more and make more money. But authenticity and being who you are, as I said earlier, the real thing that might be missing is just you being yourself, you being your truest, most authentic self in your business. So maybe you aren't really missing anything in your business, but maybe you are, okay? And that is something that I want you checking in with and deciding for yourself. This whole podcast episode is really just you looking inward for yourself. I want you asking more questions. Check in with everything you've learned up until now. How can you improve? What big action steps have you been avoiding? Be completely honest with yourself. It's only you versus you. No one is chasing you. No one is making you do this business, okay? Share from a place of love, passion, and excitement. Your business is something that I hope really enriches you and your life. I don't want it to stress you out to the max. Like, this is your business. You get to do whatever you want. You get to make the rules. So, are you actually sure you're missing anything? Let's clean up your thoughts. Get excited about your offer. Clean up your energy, clean up your strategy, and take action from a place of excitement and service, and see how your business and your mindset transforms. And if you're like, Allison, this has been going on for entirely too long. I'm still not where I want to be, and I know I need one-on-one support. So I'm here for you. Please send me a DM on Instagram, and I can tell you more about working privately one-on-one with me, or just click the link in my show notes to apply to work with me. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at Allison Henderson _coach. That's ALLISON Henderson _coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.